Jables.
Welcome to the show.
Hey,
Pay the
welcome to
fuck
Tank
attention!
Discord. I'm sorry, I had some last second things that I had to bring up. My
I
bad.
said we're almost there.
Yeah, I know. And I was kind of watching. I was bringing up my soundboard. Blah 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 blah. I'm making excuses. Rightfully so, though.
Excuses.
Hey, Larry, subscribed. 35. Oh, subscribed at tier 1. 35 months. Currently on a 35 month streak.
I think you peaked so hard that your mic cut you off.
Who, me?
Rimshee.
Oh.
My mic cut me off.
I heard "let" and then silence.
Yep, it cut me off. Because
Larry?
the last part of me saying Larry sounds like a fucking screech from a vacuum. It's
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 like,
the software
oh, background
protecting everyone's
noise.
ears. Yeah, that's what it thinks.
If you could see the puddle that has accumulated on my chair right now.
That's for you, Larry.
Just for you, big guy.
Have you been on Twitch for almost 3 years? Yeah, I guess. It's
Yeah.
kind of judge it by Larry.
What is this episode? Are we 227 or 228 now?
I think it's 228.
Yeah. Hell, I've
And I think we actually have a title that I forgot to put in there.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
I've officially been over 100 episodes at this point, which is crazy to me.
Order 66.
Yeah, so we've been affiliate.
There we go. Feel free to refresh to see what it is.
Oh, Deana subscribed at tier 1. Been subscribed for 27 months.
Yeah.
Thanks, Deana.
I'm strangely proud of this anniversary. Perhaps I should talk to my therapist about this.
Yeah.
Your therapist can't help you with this. No one can.
Oops. Almost clicked the wrong.
No one can help you but your Faja.
Yeah.
Not the fashion.
Faja! The
220.
Moja and the Faja.
Yeah, I mean, how many weeks are left in this year?
Too many.
Oh shit, we've been doing this for 4 years. God damn. Well, go back to all the past episodes, because there's definitely nothing hiding there.
They'll cut it out. I never regret anything I've ever said.
So there are 18 weeks left until the end of the year.
Yeah. That's fun. We should do something.
I don't know. I got an old friend
Yeah.
coming up this weekend. She's actually already in town. I have to approve of her boyfriend apparently.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
So- At that rate, we will make episode 300 in 2024.
what about a train, Larry? You haven't
Eh?
started one.
I didn't hear nothing about a train.
Hype Train's about to start if people do.
It's not. Larry's got to get it started in the next 50 seconds, and I don't think he'll get it past that.
Yeah, we don't have enough people in for a full train.
You're baiting.
Thanks, Larry, for the 1,000 bits. This train.
$10. Didn't do enough.
Skull's going to a concert?
Yeah, Skull's going to Megadeth.
Oh, that should be a good show.
Yeah. Spelt Megadeth wrong. You spelt death correctly, technically, but you spelt the name wrong. Oddly enough.
Yes, that is correctly spelled as far as English goes. It's not the band's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one time you get it right, you get it wrong.
It's September, whatever the fuck that means.
Everybody, it's 20% off subs.
I thought it was 30%.
Maybe.
Well, I'm using a free sub anyway, so I'm not
Yeah.
Jared.
Here it is, September, and I have no subs to subjugate.
Yeah, it's showing 20. It's showing 20% off for me.
Hmm. Larry Kubiak gets a tier 1 sub to Skullmaggot. 28 gift subs on the channel.
Thank you, Barry. And congrats, Skull.
You gotta be quicker on the draw, Deana. You know how Larry is.
Don't worry. We'll get him back someday.
I don't
After
even know
all,
how much
you guys have
to
to play that Mario Kart
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that
live
absolutely
on
needs to be a thing.
stream.
I'm trying to get my hands on a Nintendo
With-
64 controller for the Switch. Fucking impossible.
Yeah.
For the Switch?
Yeah. Well, it's not impossible if I want to pay 4 times the market price.
Ugh.
There's no train, Larry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh. All I've got is an N64 controller.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for the other 1,000 bits.
Yeah, that's appreciated all the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I appreciate-
absolutely is.
You know what? You get an A for effort.
I don't know
I'm able
that.
to masturbate to this. This is pretty fucking hot. I'm not gonna lie right now.
The train's kind of fucky sometimes. I don't know exactly what you need to get one started.
Well, it's obviously an American train. It never runs on schedule.
Yeah. Larry, the online play is okay. Here's the thing, Larry. You and I talked about it like a year ago, playing Mario Kart together, Switch, me kicking your ass.
Yeah. Unfortunately, here in the States, like the only real train game around is Amtrak. And if you tell anybody that you're taking Amtrak, they just look at you like, really?
What else are
Well,
you
it depends on where you are, because you could be talking about the subway, you could be talking about Amtrak, you could be talking about Samtrans, you could be talking about
No,
a
I mean, like,
bunch
if,
of things.
if you're
but
taking,
it's all looked at as, that's probably gonna be running late.
if you're taking a train that's going anywhere other than within a local area, like if you're taking a train to go to another city or to another state, it's pretty much Amtrak.
Yeah.
I remember I had a buddy that took the train from Spokane over here, and for his return trip, the train was delayed because there was a derailment or like something was blocking the track over near Chicago, so his train was delayed like 10 hours.
Yeah, because, you know, like, all of our passenger trains are these ancient diesel-powered dinosaurs, where if they ever get up to 60 miles per hour, you're cruising.
Oh yeah, they could definitely go faster. In fact, they're trying to build up that train that goes from San Francisco to Los Angeles, but because of the NIMBY motherfuckers, they had to move it out into the Central Valley, up by the Bay Area, so it's a good 2-hour drive out to that station, and then it's gonna be out in the desert in SoCal, so it'll be a 2-hour drive from that train station to LA.
Oh yeah, Japanese
or
bullet trains
3
are
hours.
something
Sorry,
else,
3 hours. 3 hours in both of them. So it will take as much time to drive to the train station, hop onto the train, head down, hop off the train, rent a car, and head into LA, as it would be to just drive to LA.
Yeah.
So
I actually got there's a great big rail yard that used to belong to Amtrak, like very near where I live at.
You know, I keep forgetting that trains are a thing. Because I don't want to... I used to take the bus all the time to go to Spokane, but COVID kind of made me a germaphobe a little bit. So I'm never doing that again. And,
I mean, like,
So,
it's due
it is
to a
something.
myriad of factors. You know, like one, you know, like we never improved our rail system in like a passenger capacity the way like other nations have.
yeah.
Even though we have the largest rail network on the planet.
But the added benefit of taking the train, you can drink on trains.
yeah, I'll take the train up to the baseball game when I go to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Because that way I can take the train back. Also, parking is shit up that way.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like a huge majority of our freight, like moved within the country, is moved by train.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you're on the East Coast, trains are virtually useless around for passengers.
Even on the East Coast, it's something that's constantly complained about.
Yeah, but people take the train for like. to
Hey,
commute.
Euroburb, what's a swagger rhino?
Swaggerinos.
What's a
Swaggerino.
swagger rhino?
Swaggerino.
What's a swagger rhino?
What up, fellow kids?
But you know, also you have the fact that like here in the States anyway, just the ubiquity of personal vehicles kind of renders trains a bit of a moot point.
Yeah, but I would prefer to have a more robust train system.
I
on
would
all the
too.
personal vehicles.
I absolutely would.
I would prefer a more robust train system. The way I see it, what they should have done, like for example with that high-speed train from SoCal to NorCal, they should have just fucking did, at least in the area, once they got to the actual city, go down deep enough that you're under the ground, underneath all of the utilities, and do a tunnel. And then have a specific area where you come back up to chill, and then everything else you can run out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Larry,
The only-
But again,
I think you-
NIMBY motherfuckers
Yeah.
who voted for the train also complained about it being put in their backyard, like any NIMBY motherfucker would.
See, like
I'm
the
hopefully
thing.
getting a train station close. That'll be fun.
Yeah, the thing is like the problem here is it's not so much the trains themselves that are the limiting factor, it's our lines.
Yeah.
Because most of our rail lines are occupied by relatively slow moving freight trains with like huge amounts of like cars behind them.
Mhm.
These tracks are not built to the tolerances nor have the technology to support high speed trains.
Yeah. And when it comes to like inner city travel for trains and stuff, like it's on the West Coast at least, car companies work really hard to prevent any of that from being established as like.
No, Larry, monorails are terrible.
Monorails are not great, unless you're at Disneyland, in which case they're probably one of the more fun rides.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, except for that one time that 2 monorails crashed and killed one of the drivers. That was sad.
That was sad.
Shit happened.
Exciting, but sad.
Well, that one was due to negligence. It wasn't on the monorail itself.
Yeah.
Oh, there was. I forgot. There was another article I came across that I forgot to put in the stuff.
And as always, you disappoint me, James.
Yeah.
Jables is a
Oh.
disappointment. It's just what it is.
Jables is a disappointment even when you don't have expectations. Watch, he leaves the show now.
What's up?
No. What? Guess just.
You were thinking about it.
No, I was looking up the thing that I saw today.
Hmm.
Which was wild. That like a plane lost part of its underside when it took off, and they just kept going and flew across the Atlantic. Anyways.
I mean, like, that's not overly uncommon. Where it's just like one of those, like, can we make it to our destination? We can? Fine, we'll worry about it when we get there.
Yeah. But nobody knew what it was until they landed.
Yeah.
The pilot was
like-
like, that was a loud sound. Let's just keep going.
I tell you
I
what,
said
it's kind of
could be
like the Osprey. It's kind of like the Osprey. That thing, you could once it was in the air, it was pretty stable. You would most likely have no issues with it for the entire flight. All of the flights I was on in an Osprey, the only time I ever had an issue actually crop up in flight was shortly after takeoff, and we had to turn around and land. And it was a hydraulic system failure. But you could, for the most part, you could be flying around and nothing would go wrong. The moment you landed that motherfucker, the moment you landed it and turned off its fucking engines, you had to go through every single thing because something is broken.
Yeah. The Osprey, she is, for the most part, a great bird. It's just that she's had a lot of teething issues. Oh no, what happened?
What do you mean what happened?
No, just everything got really quiet for a second. I'm like, did we lose the stream?
No, the stream's still going. I don't know why we have 10 people, but...
That it's like, oh no, Sir talked about a military thing. Now all conversation dies.
By the way-
I got a... ooh, I'm away from my computer. Oh, this is not going to be fun.
Oh, somebody's about to poop himself.
Mm-hmm.
No comment.
Yeah, by the way, happy Back to Hogwarts Day, everybody. It was yesterday, I know, but this is the first time we've had a show since it happened.
For a second, Larry, I misread that as chocolate shogun, and it's like, sounds like an interesting dessert.
That does sound like an interesting dessert. That sounds like something you'd have at a very heavily Japanese-themed sushi bar or something like that. But it's very Americanized.
Yeah, it's like, oh, today's special is the chocolate shogun. And it's like, that sounds interesting.
What are those places where they cook the food right at your table in front of you?
Hibachis.
Yeah, that sounds like something at a hibachi grill.
Yeah, I have one right down the road from me called Fujiyama.
Yeah, they're fun.
Oh yeah, it's great. They have a great sushi bar there too.
I remember there's a picture that exists somewhere. My parents took me to one on my birthday. And since it was my birthday, I got like a little fake half kimono to wear and a bald cap with a samurai knot.
Oh, good old culturally insensitive Jables.
Hey, my parents took me there. I didn't have plans to go there at all or anything. Actually, I'm gonna text my mom, see if she can see.
Yeah. The last time I was there, I got one of these sushi rolls, and like they brought it out wrapped in tinfoil and like poured oil over it and set it on fire. That was pretty tasty.
Larry, that is a good possibility. We'll never know because he has noise canceling stuff going on. But
What's up?
Rimshee and I have virtually taken a shit together before while talking.
You know,
about
if you
this
want to
stuff.
talk about taking a shit, I have literally sat across from someone also on a toilet while having a full-blown normal conversation while both of us shit. Boot camp is a weird place after a while.
I mean, pooping is pooping, man.
Yeah,
Some
once
people
you've
get real. Some people get
Well,
real
everybody
bent
poops.
out of shape about it, but
once you've got completely naked in a room with 80 plus other people, talking to someone while you're dropping a deuce does not mean anything to you.
Well, I mean, just because it's a natural thing the body goes through, just so is jacking off. Doesn't mean you should do it in front of others.
Yeah, it's just
Jacking
like-
off is a little less natural. It's still natural, don't get me wrong.
yeah, but like most people are like, "Bro, could you not?"
Yeah, jacking off is something you have to actively think about doing. It's not something that your body just starts doing.
But yeah, like that's a fun anecdote that like pretty much every military man can bring out. It's like, I've seen more dicks than your average gay porn star.
Yeah. That's fair. One of the
Why
one
the
of
fuck am I
podcasts-
sitting here trying to count all the dicks I've seen?
So one of the podcasts I listen to, they also do a comedy festival every year. And right now they're doing a little dick contest for people to get golden tickets. It's tickets to go to the festival, plus you can skip all of the lines for everything. So it's a pretty good deal. But you just have to prove that you have like the smallest dick. And holy shit, there are some small dicks out there.
Micropene.
Like, yeah. No, there's some out there that literally it's just the head.
Yeah, I've seen them. Where it's just
Yeah.
like, how do you even piss with that?
Yeah, I thought about entering, and then I saw some of the people competing, and I was like, nah. I'm giant compared to some of these guys.
Yeah, it's just like you get. It's one of those. It's one of those
makes me
times.
feel
It's
better.
like. Imagine being self-conscious because your dick's too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well, of course you don't. You're a fucking Marine. Self-consciousness went out the window years ago.
Yeah, I should go back through the episode and take some shots at some of them. 'cause
Yeah, I can't tell you how many sword fights I've gotten in.
Genital
Like-
jousting!
Rimshee likes to cross streams too.
Don't judge me.
How else are you gonna clean this shit off the toilet bowl?
Damn.
So what was Larry asking? Was he asking if I was actually shitting?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. But Jables is right. The noise canceling software I have on my computer would not let you know about the 20-second fart that came out my rump.
Yep.
Yeah, the only way you know is if it's one of those shits where you're just like hanging on to the bowl for dear life, like, oh god! Hurry! I scream!
Because it's so easy for me to mute myself from my headset, you'd never hear the wife coming in and asking me if I'm okay.
Call an ambulance! I strained something!
I wonder how many people are sitting here going, I hope he's just talking out his... I was gonna say talking out his ass, but I think that's a little too on point.
I just realized. I don't have any shit-related sound drops, except for... I have one, I guess. But... just...
They shit on the Bible!
That's different.
Yeah.
That's definitely different.
Yeah.
But wait, I think, if anything, this proves that the show must go on.
I mean... I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I did get a water softener this week.
Nice.
Like, my wife took her first shower after we got the water softener and was like, oh my god, my skin is so amazing now. I'm not being pelted by pebbles anymore.
It's just like, how did I live my life previously to this?
Legitimately.
Yeah. Well, here's something I have an issue with that we can talk about.
They're over here, dear.
Yeah, Cersei's it.
No, I was snorting at Larry's comment.
Okay, I'm gonna be able to read comments here again in a moment.
Open chat, I said.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the Seattle Times article.
Yeah. I have a personal issue with. And it's something that I've kind of seen come up on other podcasts a little bit, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
I love how Larry is just convinced I was actually taking a shit during that event.
Gotta do something.
You know, honestly,
Whether or
Rimshee,
not I was.
here's the thing. None of us would be surprised.
Yeah. Hell, I wouldn't even judge you for it.
Yeah.
I walk off on mic to take a piss all the time.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of this software. I can take a leak without anyone knowing.
I don't even bother to mute most of the time.
Well, I don't have to mute because you guys wouldn't be able to hear the echo or anything.
Okay. It's
Like-
pulling up for me now. So this is actually a recent article. Wow.
All right, which? Oh, yeah. So it's loaded now. Which article
Yeah.
is it?
It's the Seattle Times article. Check the chat.
Seattle Times.
Seattle Chefs.
All right, I'll pull it up real quickly. Like,
Get that shit on screen. Tired of John Anderson staring at us.
It's not John Anderson. It's John Stewart.
I know. I said that on purpose.
Uh-huh.
Anyway. Coming to us from the Seattle Times. These Seattle chefs think you should have dinner with strangers. This is by Jackie Variano. A green leaf wedged in between your bottom two teeth, a splotch of red sauce on your white shirt, chewing with your mouth open, or better yet, that slight that escapes your mouth when taking a bite of something incredibly good. The act of eating can be embarrassing, intimate, personal, and we're not even talking about dinner conversation. Sharing a meal with someone can tell you a lot about that person, and willingly eating a meal with strangers, it can be nerve-wracking and most likely something none of us have thought very much about for the past 2 coronavirus-filled years. Why did you have to bring that up? As we continue to find our way into whatever we want our ongoing pandemic lives to be, 2 Seattle restaurateurs are betting on strangers becoming friends over dinner and the idea that people are yearning for community. They're betting on supper clubs.
Yeah.
If you're from the Midwest, the concept of a supper club might be a familiar one. Incredibly popular in Wisconsin. I mean, it's Wisconsin. We don't talk about Wisconsin here.
Wisconsin doesn't count, except for their cheese.
Yeah, it's like Wisconsin's in the Midwest. It's like, yeah, they're almost Canada as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Supper clubs are the stuff of legends. I don't know about that. Families have their favorites running multiple generations. They're convivial?
I have never seen that word before in my entire life.
That is interesting. I actually need to look that up now.
I'm looking it up right now. Of an atmosphere or event friendly, lively, and enjoyable. Of a person cheerful and friendly, jovial.
Okay, so somebody just wanted to use their fucking thesaurus. Got it.
Yep. It's Seattle
Well,
Times.
this is
That's
Seattle
shit.
Times. Yeah, I was gonna say this is Seattle Times. What do you expect? The thesaurus is all they have.
They're friendly and cozy. Fuck your words. A relaxed atmosphere where the menu skews to ample portions of comforting classics. Prime rib, fried chicken, lots of cheese. Dinner starts with a relish tray and ends hours later with you probably making friends with a nearby table. Supper clubs are about tradition, community, and connection. Seattle now has 2 supper clubs of its own, both run by women who had never been to a supper club yet seem to know exactly what they're about.
Okay. There's a couple things. When I go out to eat, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't like people seeing like my eating habits or anything. When I'm eating, I'm just let me eat. I'll be done real quick. Don't worry about that. But just let me eat, get it over with. The only exception is like if I get like a basket of fries or something, I'm just kind of like nibbling on them. That's about it.
Yeah, like, unless it's like a specifically sit-down style restaurant, I like never stay after I've gotten food.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm
It
just gonna take this
depends.
home now.
There are certain places I will stay, and it usually is very dependent on the situation. Like if the wife and I go out to dinner and we go get something at a local place that does real good barbecue, but it's kind of fast food at the same time, we'll still sit down and eat it because we're on a fucking date night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can actually remember the last time I stayed at like a fast food restaurant to eat. And I stayed at a McDonald's to eat breakfast because I was waiting for the post office across the street to open.
Yeah, real quick, Cats with 100 biddies. I'm tipsy and on an overnight date, so here's 100% of the usual biddies. And I can't stay. XD, bye.
Alrighty then.
An overnight date.
Ooh.
People are gonna be able to masturbate to this. This is pretty fucking hot. I'm not gonna lie right now.
Make sure to use protection. Like a mace.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
so my problem isn't like going to a restaurant and like sitting down with like friends or significant others. Oh yeah, cats, Dutch oven.
Dutch oven his ass. Do it. He'll love you forever.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Execute Order 66.
Someone needs to adjust that to be him saying order 69.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I know you don't. I know there are people out there who could do it.
Yeah.
Pav knows sound shit. Maybe he could take a crack at it.
Oh, Dutch oven is for love. You're right, cats.
Fair enough.
But if you don't Dutch oven, how do you know it can't be love?
What is love?
Hurt, don't hurt.
What is Dutch oven? So, Scotty!
Meatloaf.
So, are we gonna go into explaining what a Dutch oven is to Skull?
Yeah, it's an oven. That
Hold on.
it's like
I got an idea.
Do you want to do the which Dutch oven do you want to describe?
I really
Wait, how can
So
the hype train starting again? What?
yeah, there's people who were putting in biddies and stuff.
Huh.
All right.
I've never seen it try and start itself twice on the stream.
There's a cooldown in between.
I've seen two in a stream, but
Larry, I ain't falling for that again.
Yeah, it's all good, Larry. Larry, you've done enough.
Deana with 100 bits.
Thanks, Deana. Anyways, so do we need to explain a Dutch oven, or because it's what it is? It's this device popularized or created by the Dutch, where you actually create a bed of coals in a hole in the ground, and you put this little thing in there, and it basically becomes, you bury it. It's an oven. Cooks
Yeah, you put a little earthenware pot in there.
or you pull the sheets over your partner's head, you fart, and you hold them in there.
Oh,
Generally, you fart first, then pull the sheet, and then fart again, because you gotta prime it. Have a good one, cats.
bye, cats.
Yeah. So that's a Dutch oven.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
No, it's not like a Skullmaggot. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah. Or Dirty Sanchez. Or Rusty
Aha.
Bone.
Or a Tia Magila.
I don't know that one.
Dirt pipe milkshake. Don't look that up.
I don't know that one either. I have to.
The Alaskan Hot Pocket.
I do know that.
That's a special one. That one's love.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh,
creamy
Skull's
sweet
over
roll.
here going, do I want to know what any of these are?
I actually did look at one of them, and
Which one's that? The Dirty Sanchez?
the Arctic one.
Oh, the Alaskan hot pocket.
Ew.
Yeah.
What about the cut and run? Oh no, sorry. The magician. That's the one I was thinking of.
African goggles, Larry?
Yeah.
Yep.
African goggles. I don't know that one either. I'm learning so much today.
This came out of an article about supper clubs.
No shit.
Well, actually, technically, this is Katz's fault.
This is all
No,
Katz's
it's
fault.
not.
I blame Katz wholeheartedly. She's my internet girlfriend, and I will blame her all I want, no matter what she says.
Yeah.
She said
Larry-
that to you too.
Larry, do you know how long it's been since I've watched Filthy Frank?
He doesn't even
Frank's not
exist
even
on
really
the
a thing
internet
anymore.
anymore as
Yeah.
Filthy Frank.
He just disappeared. Good for
No,
him.
he didn't.
no,
He
he's
went into
around.
music. He successfully made a transition to music, which is not
Yeah.
common.
Which every like year and a half or so, his new fans discover that he's Filthy Frank, and they get all
Yeah.
mad.
Mm.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
wait,
And
I
they
saw something-
unironically do the, this is not okay.
This is not okay. How could our beloved music artist do things like this? Oh no.
He honestly got out of the YouTube scene at the right time.
It
Yeah.
took me forever to figure, to find Filthy Frank. Like, I didn't come across any of his content.
Because he was dead as... Filthy Frank was dead by then.
Yeah, by the time you were like actively online and possibly getting to some of the weird stuff, he was dead.
Yeah, he voluntarily killed the character and moved on with his life.
Yeah.
Smart
Which
move
kudos
for
to
him.
Yeah, he has billboards in fucking Times Square and shit now.
You know, like,
Yeah, he's actually... He's a whole other type of artist now, and it's very
thing is, like,
successful
you
at
know,
it, which is,
like,
again, not the norm.
Which is
and he's
also why we're not saying who it is.
Yeah. But you know, like, has he like stated, you know, like when he was asked about it, he's like, the entire Filthy Frank thing was just his way of coping with his depression.
Yeah. Making jokes, being wild.
Because, you know, like, some of them Filthy Frank videos get pretty fucking dark.
Oh yeah.
In fact, you know, like, everybody's, you know, like, remembers the line where it's like a, like, meeting thing.
I'll
He's
go
like,
deal with it.
hi, I'm Frank, and I have crippling depression.
Yeah. Well, no, that was iDubbbz did that too. He jumped off a car into a wheelchair. I have crippling depression.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
I know, like if Filthy Franks, it was like almost like an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we get back into this article, or?
No, but I want to talk more because yeah, we got distracted. So like you and Rimshee were talking about like going to sit down restaurants with like friends, family, loved ones, all that shit. And what this article is talking about is having dinner just like with strangers.
Yeah,
And
which
like
is
It's basically an Amish dinner.
which is basically like a no. No, all the Amish people know each other.
yeah.
No, like there's a restaurant in the Amish country where you have an Amish dinner with randos.
I mean,
When were you in Amish country?
And
he's in
I-
Virginia. Virginia is Amish country.
I think I went into Pennsylvania
virginity?
though.
What?
I think it was when I was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know about Amish country. Like, my state has the third largest Amish population in the country.
What's
Yeah, we
number
just-
one?
Pennsylvania.
It's probably Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Because a
There's
lot
a
of the
reason they're called
Amish are.
Pennsylvania Dutch.
I was just getting ready to say that. Pretty much all the Amish are descended from them.
Speaking of the Amish, Mark Norman just released a sketch today. It was a Hasidic cop, Amish cop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
pretty good.
it's
Check it out.
I think it's Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Indiana in that order for Amish.
Yeah, when you start branching out from there, you get a lot more into like Mennonite territory or Hutterites. Like I grew up around Hutterites.
Was Mennonites where they're allowed to go into like the cities and towns?
Well, the Amish are allowed to as well, kind of, but Mennonites are allowed to use like some technology.
Yeah. That's what I was getting to. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have some of those types like show up at the gas station. Like they'd all show up in like a great big van together.
Yeah, like Hutterites where I grew up, they were allowed to use like tractors and stuff for their farming. They were allowed to have cars, but they weren't allowed to like use phones or have TVs or anything like that. The only technology they were allowed to use was strictly for work, essentially.
Yeah. And so like we'd have them show up every now and then, like a dozen of them would show up in like one great big van, and they would all just come in and like use the bathroom and maybe get some coffee. They didn't really say a whole lot, but I was kind of okay with that.
Were they respectful?
Considering that my norm is rambling crackheads and drunks.
Yeah, they were a lot more respectful than the rambling crackheads and drunks.
It's like, at least they don't say anything. And they're not fucking with my displays.
Yeah, they don't mess stuff up. They just show up and leave.
Yeah,
they don't leave used needles in the bathroom.
No.
The other weird group I grew up around were Orthodox Russians.
Russian Orthodox. That's a thing.
Russians.
Yeah,
Docs.
Russian Orthodoxy
Orthodox.
is a weird one.
Docs.
Pretty dresses, and they have cool clothes. I do have to say that. But
yeah, Russian Orthodox is probably one of the most draconian of the major existing Christian sects.
it's weird. But where else was I going to get grenades?
I don't know. You probably go and get them at Sweden pretty cheap.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Not really. Yeah.
I like singing along to that.
On the subject of grenades, those things are fucking interesting. If you've ever held about a pound of explosive in your hand, you know what I'm talking about.
It's fucking powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's you
a
think, this is
explosive
not
in
gonna
my
be a big
hands.
deal, and then you're holding it, and you're like, I could die any minute now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they've always say, like, all training, it's like, it's like, once you let go and the spoon flies away, Mr. Grenade is no longer your friend.
Yeah. Death grip.
Throwing
Pin death grip.
one.
Heisman.
Throwing.
Oh, duck.
Also,
one
let
is
everyone in the area know.
Yeah, throwing one is nerve-wracking as shit. It
is.
Just like, it's like, I better not fuck this up. I better not fuck this up. Don't let this be like Little League when I just had to make that throw to second base. Don't let this be like Little League when I had to make that throw to second base. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is no greater panic. It's short-lived, but there is no greater panic than dropping a live grenade at your own shoes.
Oh, in training.
Oh, no.
Now keep in mind, I was in MCT, not ITB, so I only threw one grenade my entire enlistment.
Yeah, it's like a required part of the training program. It's just like, prove
For
that you can
Marines,
throw
yes.
this. Okay, you're done.
No, actually, for Marines, it's a little more involved than that. But, yeah, we still only throw one actual grenade, but I threw at least 5 practice grenades.
Oh no, well, I was meaning, like you throw like one actual live grenade.
Yeah. But, so the practice grenades are the exact same fuse assembly as you would get in a normal grenade, screwed into the exact same body as you would get with a normal grenade, with the exception of a hole cut at the bottom and no compound B in the body.
Yeah.
You go through everything, yep.
Don't they also paint the training ones blue?
Yeah, they're blue. But it's death grip. Remove flick clip death grip. Pull pin death grip. Heisman throw.
I didn't get any training. I got here's a grenade, throw it.
Yeah.
And then when you
'cause,
actually then when you go down to throw your live grenade, it's like you go from, okay, this'll hurt, to, I better not fuck this up.
Yeah.
And if you do fuck this up, which there are videos online of this shit, some idiot throws it too soon, it flies out of their hand because they don't have enough of a grip on it, they somehow drop it on the fucking ground, and the instructor, at least in the Marine Corps, we had a little bunker we would stand in, and it was all concrete, and if you dropped that grenade, you were supposed to go to the position of attention. Period. It didn't matter what was going on, you went to the position of fucking attention. So that the instructor who's in there with you can fucking tackle you out of that bunker and get you the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is like,
What the fuck?
There's no joke there. Like, if you watch some of the army ones, what they have is a trench that they drop you in, and it's the same thing. You go to POA so that the fucking instructor can tackle you into that goddamn trench, and that's gonna be like a 2 to 3 foot fall that you're not gonna find pleasant, because that instructor's gonna land on you, and it will not feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
He don't want to die any more than you do.
For a bit of context, the current issue fragmentation hand grenade for the United States military is the M67. And as Rimshee said, it weighs about a pound. And it's filled with Comp B. And here's the thing: is like, grenades are not like they are in video games. Like, the casualty radius for an M67 is 49 feet.
What's the standard grenade? It's the circle ball one, right?
Yeah, the M67.
Oh, yeah. The one that
So, the death radius of a grenade is 5 meters. The injury radius,
which is 16
about
feet.
15.
Yeah. My time throwing a grenade was from this guy who introduced himself as, "Hello, my name is Tim. I drink vodka every day."
Though, like, some fragments, it can't, like, these grenades can fling fragments as far as 250 meters. So again, it's like, you don't want to be anywhere near a grenade when it goes off.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't get killed outright, you're probably getting maimed.
Yeah, there are stories of guys who survived grenade explosions that they were laying on top of. I can't remember the one Marine who survived it, but generally, what it is you'd throw your Kevlar, which is your helmet, on top of that bitch. You'd throw your body on it, and the explosion would be absorbed by your Kevlar. That would take all of the shrapnel, and then your body armor would absorb some of the explosive concussive force, and you'd be lucky to be able to walk away from that. You would not walk away from that. Let me rephrase that. You would not walk away from that. You'd be lucky to walk again.
Yeah, because
motherfucker. Rat-tat-tat.
Because, like, most of the time, if you drop directly onto a grenade, it's like your sternum, your rib cage, that's pulverized. massive internal organ injury.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's why.
Kyle Carpenter,
whenever
that's who
grenade gets-
I was thinking of. Kyle Carpenter threw himself upon a grenade, thrown onto a rooftop to save a fellow Marine, sustained injuries to his face, face and right arm, and lost his right eye.
Wait, the
He
grenade.
survived.
Was
He
it-
is the exception.
What was
Yeah.
was
He got
so they were on
exceedingly lucky.
So the grenade was. They were on a rooftop and the grenade was thrown up there.
Yep.
Okay, this is how he survived. The roof took a lot of the force.
Oh yes. Exactly. Still, that's the exception. He is the exception because the roof had enough give where it could give out, and he probably sustained a fair amount of injuries from the explosion itself. But he probably, the roof
if it had landed on
allowed
solid
some of that
ground,
force to go down. If
yeah,
it was
had
on
landed
solid ground, he would have
ground,
been
it's
dead.
got nowhere else to go but into him.
So let me get this straight. He was on the roof. Grenade is on the roof as well. Falls to the ground and it breaks the ground underneath him.
No.
No, it lands on the roof.
Someone
he throws
threw the
himself
grenade
on it,
Yes.
Someone
Onto
threw the
the
grenade
roof.
from
and
the
it
ground
blows
onto the
out
roof.
the roof underneath him.
Okay. So it still blew underneath him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
underneath it. He jumped on top of the grenade to protect his fellow
Yeah.
Marine. If he
That's
had
what-
not done that, they would both be dead. And that's
Yeah, that-
why he jumped on it, assuming he was going to die. Which, if they had been on a first floor, would have been the case, because there's nowhere else for that explosive pressure to go.
Yeah,
It would have
that-
all gone up into him. But because
That was
he was
Jable's
on
whole
the roof,
point, is that because he was on the roof, that greatly increased his chances of survival.
Yeah, 'cause he
Still
wasn't on, like,
slim.
wasn't
Yeah.
on hard ground like the roof, because underneath had some
But,
give as well.
you know,
to take
having
some,
a s-
instead of all the pressure going
Yeah.
up,
Having
some
a
of the
space
pressure was able to
below
go
him,
down.
having a space below him that he could drop into, increased his odds.
This makes so much sense compared to a video I recently found. It's where I want to say they were Marines or in the Army. They had somebody cornered in a old building, and they couldn't really shoot around. Like, they were trying to go down the stairs and they couldn't really shoot around the corner. And all these comments are saying, "Why not just throw a grenade in there?"
Oh, you can still throw a grenade in there; it'll fuck people up.
But the thing is that, like, you know,
you have
You
to have
don't
access to the
necessar-
grenade first off.
yeah, and also, you know, like, grenades, like, you don't usually go for, like, actual, like, you know, grenades that'll kill you if you don't have a full grasp of what's beyond that wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who else that guy's in there with.
You don't go with Comp B fragmentation grenades if you think that there is the possibility there is material or personnel in that same area. You do not want it. You don't want blue
Yeah.
on blue fire.
Because that's the thing, is like, you know, as I've said, you know, like, you don't want to be anywhere near a grenade when it goes off in the open. You toss a grenade into a room, you're fucked. There is nowhere you can go. You are getting shredded.
It's game over.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, like, that's why I said, you know, like, anytime a grenade is thrown, you have to very loudly yell, "Grenade!" So that everybody in the area that's friendly knows to put their fucking head down.
It's usually grenade out.
Yeah.
Because
Remember-
grenade means there's a grenade in the area.
Yeah.
That could be enemy grenade landed nearby. Take cover.
Remember that picture from the hibachi grill that I was telling you guys about earlier? My mom sent it to me. It's in live show right.
I have to see this.
This ain't fair. I can't see it.
It's fine.
You can absolutely see. You're in
Yeah,
the
just click
channel.
open chat.
Well, does he have permissions to see it?
No.
Yeah. So let me, Skull, I'll DM it to you.
That's
Here,
Alrighty.
I'll just give him the guest role real quick.
Oh, okay. That works too.
Once I find it.
The way your hair sticks out on either side of it.
Yeah,
Which guest should I
have
give
long
him?
hair.
Green, blue, purple?
Ah, that's
Purple.
fantastic.
Larry, it's not one that I want just out there, Larry. Or do I?
Which means
You know what?
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Pull it up. Just bring it up on the
That quick. Oh, do I?
On screen!
Alright,
Yeah.
save image.
Oh no.
Yeah, it'll be up.
To
Whatever.
pictures, LSD,
It was a different time.
stream.
Plus.
Alright, where
Yeah,
is
but
it? Where is it?
That is a pretty magical picture.
Yeah.
Oh.
I totally forgot about it until we brought up Hibachi.
I'm problematic.
That face.
You look so
yeah, I
happy.
think I was like 13 or 14 here. Yeah, I had to have been like 14, maybe 15.
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Man.
That's
Hey,
as much cultural.
The restaurant gave it to me, Larry. It's not my fault.
Did you get to keep it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like everybody like people that scream about cultural appropriation. It's like the Japanese are actually cool with that shit.
Yeah. That's why I love
The
Japanese.
Japanese would look at that and go, "Oh, look at the dumb asshole."
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like again, like it's because the Japanese legitimately think that their culture is superior to all other Asian
Oh, no,
cultures.
they
so it's just like,
absolutely
They
oh
also,
yeah, go ahead,
they
Emily
also
yelling
have a
our shit.
very, like, Japanese work hard and play hard. So they
Oh,
have
yeah.
a big party culture.
When they play fucking hard.
Well, it's within their culture. If your boss takes you out for a drink, you're not allowed to go home until they're ready to stop drinking. So you have to keep drinking with them.
Yeah, like one of Addie's favorite stories to tell is how her and a bunch of like when she was working on Big Brother, how they all went out to this steakhouse together and they ended up getting into a drunken shouting match with a bunch of Japanese businessmen at another table. They were all yelling insults at each other.
All having a good time, I'm sure.
Oh, absolute blast.
Rimshee, the picture doesn't have to stay up this long.
Yes, it does.
And now you're self-conscious.
You made a choice. I'm facilitating that choice.
Yeah. Here, let me just drop one more in here just to make sure everybody understands.
I'm problematic.
There we go.
Oh, side note, sir.
Huh?
I watched a little bit of The Lord of the Rings.
Eh,
You mean the Rings of Power?
It's terrible.
Okay.
We
I
know.
expected it to be.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone who watches this stream thinks that it was going to be anything but. All the focus is on you now, Jables. Don't you feel
that's
special?
I'm just glad you cropped it down.
I said I'm not even gonna hate watch it.
Yeah, it's not worth hate watching.
There's actually
because
there's
Amazon's going to
actually-
use that as a positive. And, oh, it was successful because look at how many people watched it. What do you mean there are critic scores? Bah,
Well, like,
Metacritic doesn't matter.
We're never gonna see the actual unedited like viewer numbers for this shit. Guarantee you that.
Oh,
But
guaranteed.
I would
there was
estimate
a- there
that
was
the
a whole
first
movement.
episode that gets a lot of views just from people are like, okay, is this really as bad as I thought it was? And it's going to drop off a cliff after that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole movement going on to don't even hate watch because it's just gonna.
Well, like Razor Fist recently in like a video that he made on it said, it's like the antithesis of love is not hatred, it's indifference.
Yeah.
And that's how you get them to stop making shit like this, is just not pay attention to it.
Yep.
Because if you're not watching it, if you don't care, they don't make any money.
Yeah. But that only works for something where they're trying to make you care.
Well, with
like
this
indie
thing,
films,
though,
you need to.
well, the problem that Amazon has now with this series is that they're in too deep. They've already spent over $1 billion on this shit.
Yeah.
They can't cancel it now.
Yeah, I saw.
Even if nobody's fucking watching it.
I saw a whole article that was like, pretty much Amazon Prime's future is banking on this working for them to keep doing originals at least.
Okay,
Well,
with
if
this.
they want to keep doing originals, they have to get better writers. But I think that's true of Netflix. Although Netflix with Arcane, that is a solid show.
Well,
Yeah, I keep
here's the
hearing
thing, like fucking
Props where props are due.
like Amazon, like they've shown that they can put out like actually like well-written like television show material.
Yeah.
Fucking Reacher. Amazon's
Yeah.
Reacher was great.
I still have to
Marvelous-
watch that, but that's on my list because people have praised it.
Oh, it's
Marvelous
absolutely worth
Mrs.
the watch.
Maisel.
Like, I don't
really
fucking
enjoyed that.
bother watching based on critic reviews anymore because too often something that I'm gonna enjoy ends up getting lambasted by the critics. And something that I'm gonna sit there and go, why the fuck does this even exist? Is gonna get praised.
Yeah. Like
And it's
the main
usually based on the
praise-
quality of writing. The higher quality the writing of a show, the less likely it is to get critical acclaim. The lower the quality of writing, the higher. And I'm not saying that that's a direct 1-to-1 ratio, but I think it's a secondary factor. When the writing is good, people are actually thinking about the characters and they're
Yeah.
thinking less about the message.
Well, not just that, like good writing allows you to forgive a lot else about a production. It's like, yeah, the costumes aren't the best. It's like, yeah, the effects aren't the greatest, but the storytelling is great.
Yeah.
My rule for any new show is just like, if you like the premise, give it 3 to 4 episodes, because they
That's
have to
my
build
that's
up
my rule
everything.
too. I will get almost most shows nowadays. Like, I'll definitely wait to hear from like Sir or Jables or Bar or anyone else in one of these servers.
Right, same here.
Before I'll really go in on it, unless it's something I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
But generally, when I'm watching a show, I will give it a minimum of 3 episodes. If I'm still on the fence after the 3rd episode, I will give it a 4th episode. And if I'm on the fence, then I just make a judgment call. I'm either watching it or I'm not.
You guys are generous.
You
I
have
only
to-
watch
you have
2.
to- You have to judge its potential based on those episodes.
Yeah.
And if it has a
If
lot
you
of potential, then you can maybe keep going. But it depends on
If you
whether or not
only
you wanna stick
watch, here's the issue with only watching 2, Skull. There are some shows that don't really get good until the 3rd episode or the 4th episode, because the first 2 episodes almost always have to be world building to get you to understand the world that this show takes place in.
Like an excellent example, and Jables will back me on this. It's like, sometimes it takes the entire first season. Next Generation.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
no, absolutely. But then again, the first season
Next Generation?
was good enough. Star Trek Next Generation.
Ah,
to be fair to Star
It
Trek,
really
the
doesn't hit its
first-
stride until the second season.
Yeah, the first season of TNG was solid enough that most people would keep watching, but it wasn't really what the show became. It's if you look at all the episodes on their whole, season 1 TNG is the original series continued, whereas season 2 TNG is TNG.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, they figured
Hey,
they
Pav.
figured out what the characters were by a second. That's what
Yeah.
it was. 'Cause,
also grow the beard.
Yeah, it's funny how that like it was completely
makes such a
random and
difference.
completely unrelated to the writing. It just correlated. It's kind of like jumping the shark. It correlated with
It's
the
the
absolute
antithesis of
downtick.
jumping the shark.
yeah.
No. I'm talking about how it's unrelated to the actual storytelling, to the actual writing quality. It's just maybe jumping the shark actually is.
Yeah, that is related
to
to the writing quality because
But
Fonzie
it's-
literally ski jumps a shark, and it's like,
Yeah, no, that's
What?
right. I'm wrong there. No, growing the beard had nothing to do with the writing. It just happened to correlate, like a visual change on screen between
season 1 and season 2.
between the mediocre writing and the obvious uptick in writing.
yeah, like that's why
I
everybody.
just noticed that it looks like I cut myself, but I got my wrist caught on some on some of the metal studs at work, and I guess it scraped from elbow to wrist, but the scratches are all across the wrist.
It's like,
I'm like, I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Rimshee's a cutter.
yeah, like you get pulled aside by one of your coworkers. It's like, do you need to talk to somebody, man?
I need to talk to people all the time, but what specifically are you referencing?
But like that's why like people who are like fans of the Next Generation, like whenever we're trying to get some new person into it, it's just like I don't know, I'm not really feeling this first season. Like, no, stick with it. Trust me, it gets so much better.
The first season is important to set up a lot of things that happen in future seasons. But yeah, I think Supernatural is the same way.
Supernatural has a solid first season though. Like it's not a direct uptick. It's not a visual uptick like Growing the Beard was, but it is absolutely more world building based for the first season. It very much sets the world up, but it's also pretty decent writing.
The first season of TNG is pretty fucking dry.
Well, in the first season of Supernatural, like for at least the first half, the chemistry is not quite there. You can see all the potential for the chemistry, but like it's like they don't know their characters yet, the way that they're acting. You know, I've been rewatching the first season, and I'm just like, okay, because I know where it ends up, and it's like, okay, there's still like the writers and the actors are both. The writers, the director, and the actors are all trying to figure out these characters. They have like a really good idea of what they're supposed to be, but they don't have them dialed in yet.
They're
and
not.
Yes, Deana, Evil is a really good show. Everybody should watch that. Not late at night.
What's that about?
Evil. It's Skull. That's a very good question. And we're like 3 seasons in. And it's about like demonic possession, demons, and it essentially starts off. The church hires a psychologist to determine whether people are demon possessed or psychopaths. And
so,
I think you really like it actually.
It's starting to sound like pretty good.
Yeah, it's
on
just
this
like,
show, we
are
have
you
talked about,
fucked up or are you devil fucked?
So on this show tonight, so far, we've talked about supper parties, grenades, and good versus bad writing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, is this the one with the giant goat?
Here's the thing, Go. Deana and I are like 3 seasons in or something like that. I don't know if demons are real yet or not in the show. It's a little confusing in that way. It keeps you guessing. They keep bringing up more
That's
questions
some good
than
writing
answers.
right there.
Yeah,
Or that's really
bringing
bad
up-
writing.
Where
It-
3
that-
seasons in, you're still questioning. It's like, is there really demonic shit going on? I can't be
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so watching
that's either a
this.
sign of really good writing or really shitty writing.
I'll put it this way: we're 3 seasons in and we're hooked. Still.
All right,
Yeah,
can
no,
I
that's
just
that
jump
sounds
right in
like
here?
given the
Oh,
whole
pause here.
situation, it sounds like really good writing. If you can't actually determine one way or the other, while still being hooked on the show, but there's absolutely the possibility that could be shit writing in other situations. Anyway, Paul,
I'd say
I literally just came in here because I think it's such a shame that nobody has in this voice call has noticed that Larry donated $100.
Oh, Larry,
Oh, shit.
$100. Thank you, Larry. Sorry.
Nobody said shit.
Jables
like-
is the only one that can see that shit.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't.
yeah,
I
you
didn't
can
have it
blame
in that
Jables.
tab.
He's got that
If
hooked
I-
up.
If I'm not actively looking at the screen when it happens, I miss it.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
Jables
Thank
is
you,
the one
Larry.
who's supposed to keep an eye on that. If I have to start watching that too, I better get paid more.
Sorry, I got.
We don't get paid for this.
Exactly.
I don't get
God
paid
damn it,
for
Larry.
this.
Yeah,
you
so Larry
won't
sent
get
it.
paid for this.
Larry sent it with a link. Based on our track record of playing things like this, I'm not sure we can play this on stream, Larry. So that's I'm gonna let Rimshee check it. I'm posting it in the live show right now, and
Love you,
Rimshee's gonna
Larry.
be the final decision on that.
All right, I'm gonna have to mute stuff to listen to. Give me a moment. You guys
Well,
continue talking.
It's kind of it might get pulled down because it's along the same lines of Clash of Swords. Yeah. Yeah.
You're censoring my
Yeah,
free
Larry-
speech.
that doesn't sound too bad, but if you know where it's coming from, that's not good.
Yeah. Remember when the stream got shut down because I played half a second of Clash of Swords?
I will say this: it's very poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Rimshee? Let's give it a try. See what happens.
All right, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hit play.
Well, yeah.
Come
Remember,
on, it's not even racist.
this is ours.
Yeah. Neither is Clash of Swords.
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东
This stuff is weird.
他领导我们的解放哎，真理翻身当家做主人，一样的自由。
Stream's still up.
真理翻身当家
I don't know why,
做人。
but I think
Yeah,
that has more
yeah,
to do
no,
with.
Okay, hold on. I gotta say, Larry, you're the racist. That's Japanese. You're doing Chinese shit. Come on, that always does the same.
Yeah. Japanese hate the Chinese.
Yeah.
Which
And
makes
vice
this
versa.
even
Chinese-
funnier.
The Chinese hate them for very good reasons.
All right, I gotta play it again.
I'm problematic.
We had an entire debate about that on one of the episodes. Crab
Hold
made
on.
clips of it.
Hold on,
What?
Jables, did you say that was Japanese?
What?
Did you say that was Japanese?
No, the music is Chinese.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
I'm
wait a
talking
second.
about. If you look at the stream, that picture in the bottom right, that's me on
Mhm.
my birthday at a hibachi grill. That's
Mhm.
Japanese, and
Right.
very problematic.
Yeah, it should probably be more like this.
I can't hear what you're playing, dude.
Hey, because it hasn't started yet. Alright, we're
I'm
skipping
not
ahead.
even listening to it.
Yeah, no, like I'd have to have the stream open. Oh, come on, there's faster paced stuff you could do for the Japanese.
There is, but I picked a random one, so, you know, suck a dick.
I suck the gun like a deer.
That's exactly what I thought you were gonna do! To the point I was half tempted of reversing that phrase.
Yeah. Suck a dick like a gun. Real nervous and
Yeah.
shaky. That's,
Polish it real good.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Deana, where are we at? We're on season 3, right? I wasn't just talking out my ass with that.
He's talking out his ass most times.
You know, I talk how I feel.
I
mean,
was gonna make
that's
a comment,
one way to say
but
I don't know,
this is Twitch, so I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah, Larry, I'm clipping that later. So. Anyways,
You are on
the
season
show,
3.
The show is really interesting because they have to start dealing with the Vatican at certain points.
Yeah, because that's the thing is exorcism is a uniquely Catholic thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and they are. And they're
It's
working
not even
with us.
Christian, it's straight up Catholic.
Yeah, which is that's a problem that I have with East Coast comics. So Catholicism is really big on the East Coast because of all the Italians.
Yeah. And just like, like kind of like
so they
Europeans
talk
in
about
general.
Catholicism like it's just regular Christianity and there's not 20,000 Protestant stuff going on. Like they talk about going to confession like everybody's done it and everything like that. It's like, no, that's more of an East Coast thing.
Yeah, and like that's not an exaggeration either. There are literally thousands of known and recognized Christian denominations.
Mm-hmm.
There are even different Catholic denominations.
Yeah. Like the what's the one?
Yeah, like you've got everything from Catholics to those weird fucks that handle snakes.
Well, the weird fucks that handle snakes, those are sorry, I was thinking Episcopalians, which is Catholic light, and then there's the evangelicals that handle snakes. They're not all evangelicals.
Yeah, it's really weird because you've got Catholicism, which is a denomination of Christianity, and then you've got denominations of Catholicism, just like Protestants. You've got Protestant, which is a denomination of Christianity, and then you've got different denominations of Protestants.
Well, no, Protestant encompasses everything that's not Catholic.
Yeah. Well, actually,
for-
like even before the Protestant Reformation, there were two primary branches of Christianity: Roman Catholicism, which was the original one, and then Eastern Orthodox, which was practiced in the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah, and it's not Baptist that handles snakes, Larry. It's
Methodist?
No, it's not Methodist either. Methodist is surprisingly progressive.
I thought they
It's
were an
not-
offshoot of Presbyterians.
It's not Lutheran either.
Yeah, it's fucking
Or no, it wouldn't be Presbyterians, would it?
It's
No,
some
it's not
specific
Presbyterian.
subgroup.
Yeah, so like they're like an offshoot of an offshoot, which is a lot.
yeah. It's
It's kind of like how the seventh, the
Pentecostals.
Pentecostal.
No, not Pentecostals.
Yeah, no, it's evangelical Pentecostal.
No, it's
No?
no. Hey,
What?
Pentecostals do handle this. No, Pentecostals do handle snakes.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, not all, but
Yeah. I said, like, the snake handlers are an offshoot of Pentecostals.
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it's the practiced by a small fraction of rural, charismatic Protestants. Snake handling is often identified with the Church of God.
yeah. Yeah, like I grew up in a Methodist church and then ended up going to a Baptist church.
Yeah, and then you have, like, the Seventh-day Adventists and all the whack jobs that spin off of that.
Yep. I've been to a Seventh-day Adventist church. I've been to a
Seventh-day Adventists are fucking crazy.
Surprised we're not talking about
Yeah.
penis snakes.
yeah, and then I've been to a Presbyterian church. I've been to a Lutheran church.
I visited a Lutheran church once, one Sunday. Apparently, it's the church that my dad's family had when he was growing up. But we never did that up here.
Then you have the
Um,
Jehovah's
Anyways,
Witnesses, which are straight up a cult.
It's 100% a cult then.
I only
You've also got Mormons where, most Mormon people I have not found any real issues with on an individual level. But the church is kind of nuts.
The church is hella fucking nuts. It's not even Christian, though. You can't really consider Mormons or Jehovah's Witness Christian.
They are Christian. They just take it another step. It's kind of they're still Abrahamic. They're still Abrahamic. Just
kind of, yeah.
It's kind of like how all Christians are technically Jews with extra steps.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call
So Christianity is to Judaism what Mormons are to Christianity.
Right, but I wouldn't call Christians Jews, so I wouldn't call Mormons Christians either.
Yeah, but Mormons call themselves Christians.
Yeah, well, they can go fuck themselves.
Well,
I'm gonna take their word for it.
Yeah, that is literally no true Scotsman.
Yeah.
Like I have to say, I have family members that are Mormon.
Yeah, like I said, Mormons. I have never found a Mormon that I've had a personal problem with. In fact, Mormons tend to be some of the nicest people I've met.
Speaking of which, shout out to Brother James and Brother Eric who gave me a Book of Mormon.
But yeah, Mormons tend to be some of the most chill people I know. There are exceptions, when they're actually doing their door-to-door, or their missions or anything like that. They're definitely more hard to deal with because they're trying to spread their religion actively. But if they're not actively trying to spread it, and they're just trying to live by example, they're some of the chillest people I've met. Some of the most relaxed, cool people I've met.
Yeah, I invited them in, and they asked me if there was anything I needed to be done around the house, and I had a dirty bong at the time, and I taught them how to clean a bong. I got Mormons to clean my bong. Pretty cool.
I mean, like, I give credit where credit's due. It's like they tend to show up in force whenever there's natural disasters.
Yeah.
But that's mainly because they're all preparing for the end of the world. But
the people themselves are generally pretty chill. They're generally cool people. It's the church itself, when it comes to Mormonism, that I have issues with.
Yes,
the people are fine. No real issues with the people on mass.
With a lot of the individuals, I don't have a problem with. Let's be clear. There are a lot of problems with the Mormon church.
Oh, no, absolutely. We are not talking about the church right now. The people.
We are talking about individuals that we have met personally.
The leaders of the Church of Latter-day Saints, also known as Mormons, those people have issues.
I mean, it's like, I don't know what you guys feel about Shad, but he's a relatively relaxed person. He will make jokes about himself.
Oh, I
but
think
he
Shad's
also
great.
lives by his own creed. He lives by his religion. And he's I think he's relatively chill. He can take.
When I found out he was
joke.
a Mormon, it's like, okay, you believe in some weird nonsense, but I still like all your sword videos. Like, you really know your medieval history shit. So,
like, there was one time where he brought his Mormonism into a video, and it was knights versus dinosaurs, and it was just a quick little blurb where, well, what if the dinosaur's Mormon? Well, then I can't fight him because of this, that, and the other reason. And you. So they make fun of him for that briefly.
That was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke, and it's making fun of him based on his religion, and he took it because I almost guarantee you he has final editing choice in that, and it was just like, yeah, leave it in. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But like I said, the people are generally chill. The leadership and the church itself has, I'm gonna say, a few issues, and you're gonna know I'm being kind.
Yeah.
That is overly kind.
There is a history of corruption and extremely scummy behavior.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? Like, that church, like any other church and group, has really fucked up individuals in it too that do fucked up shit.
But that's anytime you get a group, you're gonna get
good
individuals and bad individuals in that group. So
that's all I'm saying. I just don't want somebody.
There are definitely certain groups. There are definitely certain groups that have a tendency to have more of the fucked up individual join them, or they breed or train the fucked up individual. And then there are there are groups that it's just, there are fucked up individuals in it.
Yeah.
Mormonism tends to be the latter. Scientology tends to be the former.
Hold on. Former versus latter. What? Say that again.
So,
well, I don't know if I'd call Scientology a religion. It's more a pyramid scheme.
I'm being kind. Yeah. Like I said, I'm being kind. But yeah, the Mormons tend to be the former, or tend to be the latter. So the group that just tends to have fucked up individuals in it at a normal ratio, whereas Scientology tends to train people to be fucked up individuals.
Yeah,
they can. Yeah.
I don't want to go super deep into this.
Yeah, we're not going into Scientology. Let's stick with Mormonism.
I don't want to.
They're more chill.
I don't want to go super deep into either because it's like, hi, my name is Jables. I am very involved in a lot of religious communities and anti-religious communities, and there's a lot of fucked up shit that I can talk about that I don't really feel like talking about right now.
Yeah, this is not an anti-religion episode. So we're not getting deep into these. We're mostly talking about the individuals.
I was just trying to figure out exactly what it was that you were saying about it, because somewhere my brain kind of checked out for a moment when you were setting up what was the former and the latter. Don't mind me. I've been sick all this week, so my brain's a little slower than normal. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the little one has hives from a vaccine, but it was expected because the doctor said, in about 2 weeks you can expect a rash or hives or something. And it's been about 2 weeks.
Which vaccine?
They didn't specify which one, but he just turned 1, so it's one of the 1-year-old vaccines.
Oh, poor baby.
Go start my stream. Bye, guys.
Bye, Puff.
Okay, goodbye, Puff.
Bye, Puff.
I'll see you over there.
I have to ask, do we have to reset the food counter?
Why?
We talked about the food.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. No, I'm gonna say no.
We didn't talk about food. We talked about
supper parties.
Yeah, we talked about dining experiences. That doesn't mean I was talking about food.
We briefly talked about a hibachi restaurant atmosphere.
Yeah.
I did want to say something about that whole, what is it, dining club, whatever that we're talking. There's a show on Amazon that James May is in. James May from
Top Gear.
Top Gear, yeah.
I was gonna say Top Gun, but I knew that
remember.
wasn't right.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
Oh.
I know that. I had the gear part, so. But anyway, I'm trying to remember which country he went to, but it's on Amazon. But he went to, it might have been Japan. I'm not certain, but
Most likely.
there are places in Japan. It's one of the, I don't know. They have like this whole row of like little rooms that's like a part of kind of an outdoor restaurant place, and you go in and sit with people you don't know, and that's just what you do.
Well,
and
if you go to a hibachi
Yeah.
grill, you get the same thing if you're
Mhm.
not like with a large group.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you just
you'll
sit around a table with a bunch of people you don't know and watch the chef prepare the food.
Yeah, and have like interesting conversations, or just really enjoy
Also, the
company
nice
of
thing about
strangers.
hibachi places is that you tend to get a portion of what everybody else ordered.
Yeah, I haven't been to a hibachi in so long. That would be
You know,
fun.
I don't think I've ever
I haven't
actually
been to a good hibachi
Oh
in a
no,
long
wait.
time.
I went to one hibachi. No, actually, I don't even think that was one. I may or may not have gone to a hibachi when I was in high school, as part of a school thing.
Oh, one thing.
Yeah. Anyways,
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a breakfast that I haven't had in 20 years.
what's that?
What's that?
Yeah.
Wait, no, stop.
I almost got it down.
Yeah.
Pretzels are bread.
I will say it after the show.
We're going to end this show right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're going to be rating Advance to the Rear. Be sure to go and check them out, because that's always a fun group.
We say always, but we just assume.
Well, it's because I always join.
Damn, Pov Shade is starting hard tonight.
Never mind. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Larry, for the $100. Thank you everybody for the subs and the biddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Larry.
Patron saint of
Pretty
saints.
awesome. Yes.
You may, Jables may actually be able to pay for his own trip up to Alaska.
Yeah. Anyways, have a good night, everybody.
Night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Right, starting now. And here goes the transition.